Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video that's a little bit different to usual. Instead of just talking directly about porn addiction recovery, I'm just going to share my own personal plan for the next 18 months because it's something I've really been thinking about a lot this week. I've had this goal for a long time now, probably about 4 years, of creating the world's best online course for helping people live a porn-free life. I realised over time there was no chance I was going to do that on my own. I'm only 25, so to actually have the experience to teach people addiction recovery was, to think I had the experience to do that was very hubristic. It was very naive, really, to think that I could do that. So what I did at the end of last year is I partnered with a woman called Mary Paulus, who's worked in addiction recovery since 1990. So she's a lot more experienced than me, and she's worked with hundreds of clients. And so she's taught me her method, and now we have a business together. Now, I fully have bought into this method. Like, the reason I've bought into it is because I tried to quit porn for 10 years and nothing worked. And then she came on my podcast and she shared this method with me, the Beyond Compulsion method. And it really opened my eyes to a completely different approach that was just totally different and actually leads to rewiring the brain properly. So after having coaching from her, and she was very direct with me. That's the other thing I just love about Mary, is that she has such a no bullshit approach. She's very matter of fact. She's not trying to delve into my childhood and figure out what happened when I was 5. She's just right, your brain's addicted right now. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Let's change that by changing how you think. So it's very matter of fact, and it's actually practical as well. It's like a how-to guide. You have a very specific 3-phase process to actually quit. So anyway, she taught me this method. I was like, yeah, I'm fully bought in on this. Let's get it out there to more people because this is going to change people's lives. And so I've kind of just gone from there and started to enroll more and more clients recently, and people are having amazing results from this method. So I have decided, right, what is my big goal then for the next sort of couple of years, and had a long think about it. I still want to create the world's best online course for helping people live a porn-free life, and how we're doing is we're using design thinking to sort of work backwards from how the clients think and then changing the way they think. So what we have is this idea of junkie thinking, and junkie thinking is any thought, rationalization, excuse that people have to engage in their compulsive behaviour. And I've had so much of this junkie thinking for the last 10 years. I'll give you a few examples. Having the thought I can just look at porn once and it'll be fine. Having the thought that this is the last time I'm ever going to look at porn, so it's okay. Having the thought that it's okay because it doesn't count as porn because it's on social media. And, just an endless amount of junkie thinking that would excuse away the behaviour. Also thoughts well, it's because this happened when I was 12, or, oh, it's because I'm lonely right now, I'm stressed out, I'm tired, I'm anxious, I drank too much last night, this argument happened recently, I fell out with... Actually, I've not really ever fallen out with anyone, but that kind of thing. You get the picture. It's all these excuses. It's all just BS. And so what we do is we take all of our clients' junkie thinking and then we talk about it. So we actually talk through how this junkie thinking is incorrect, essentially, and it's the addicted part of the mind that's in control and it's trying to get them to engage in their compulsive behaviour. So then all those videos go into the program and they go on top of the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So then our clients actually get that personalised support. So my goal is basically to continue adding to this program, because what you have is you have a very specific script where you have option A and option B, and in the inevitable moments of desire, people can read that script and it rewires their brain because they actually make a choice based on the consequences. And then outside of that, what's going on is you have all the junkie thinking, which can get in the way and distort the decision. So we help clients understand that and go through it, and what we find is the clients can really resonate with each other's junkie thinking because it's all really the same. And then when you actually get through all the junkie thinking and you can actually go, yeah, porn is destroying my life, I don't want that anymore, I want all these benefits instead, and you can see the junkie thinking for what it is, which is just these irrational thoughts being created by the addicted part of the mind to try and get you to engage in the behaviour that the addicted part of the mind wants you to engage in, then you really do become very free from this problem. So the plan for me, next 18 months, I want to build out this program even more. Keep on adding the junkie thinking videos and just keep on going with that, have more and more clients and roll onto the program. And by the end of 2025, I have decided for myself, I've set this goal. I want 1,000 Google reviews that are 5 stars. So this is something that I'm really excited about, because I think that for me will give me like the measurable evidence that I've then built the world's best online course for helping people live a porn-free life. So I think Google is a good option because I believe Google will still be here in a number of years. So I think it's really good to get like the reviews on Google in particular. I think 5 stars is a good sort of measurable target because then it's like obviously aiming for 5 out of 5, right? And I think 1,000 is a massive number, and that does sound crazy right now because we only have around 10 clients. So I'm like, 990 clients away from doing that. But what I'm hoping is that we'll at some point reach exponential growth, and we'll have like word of mouth, and we'll have referrals and maybe affiliates and things like that, so that we can actually get this method out there to more and more people. The reason I'm so passionate about this, and the reason that I have this big goal of creating this online course, is because I tried for such a long time trying to quit pornography, and I went up and down, and I had all these different methods and strategies, and I didn't really find anything where it was like a conclusive method that actually gives you a practical guide of like, this is what you need to do in the moments that matter, the urges. Everything else I consumed was actually making the problem worse, because then I started to go around in circles trying to figure out stuff that happened when I was younger, but actually not changing the neural pathways in the moments of desire by thinking it through correctly, because that's what I now believe is required. I don't think this problem needs to be that complicated either. I think addiction recovery involves facing some temporary discomfort and willingly accepting that temporary discomfort, but it really doesn't have to be this exhaustive thing that you like do indefinitely. It's a case of you change the brain by changing your thinking, and then you're free for the rest of your life. It's not something you have to always continue working on. And I used to work for a guy who had this really, really expensive program. He was a great guy, to be honest with you, but yeah, his program was something like £2,000 for group coaching. And you could literally stay in that program probably indefinitely, forever, like paying more and more money to continue learning how to quit porn. But it really just shouldn't take that long. If a method takes more than, I'd say, 3 hours to learn, then something's kind of gone wrong along the way, because the addicted part of the mind will use all of these different things that it needs to learn to keep you trapped in the addiction. Once you actually have a script ready that you can just read off every time you have an urge, then there's a good chance you're going to be free, because that's how you rewire the brain. It's only those urges that really matter, and then the junky thinking obviously comes along. But if you have a way to deal with that, then you're set. So that's my plan. 1,000 Google reviews, 5 stars, and I think a few lessons for myself, like in terms of actually achieving this. Say the first one is probably continue to work hard. I've been doing this for quite a while now, is trying to stay quite disciplined and put the hours in. Say the number 2 thing is probably take risks, because right now I'm probably not taking enough risks. I've just gone from 5 days to 3 days at work, which was a risk financially, and it's a little bit scary. But I think to go from 3 days to 0 days of my 9 to 5 and then go fully all in on this program and building that out will be the next step for me. And then I'd say the third thing for me to do is never get too egotistical. Stay humble. Like, honestly, it sounds weird, but even like talking in this video today and having this like massive goal of like 1,000 Google reviews, it feels very egotistical to me, and it feels like it's kind of about me in a way, but I don't want it to ever really be about me, because at the end of the day, it's about the users. That's the most important thing to me, and it always will remain that way, because I've been through it. I've been through the addiction, 10 years, as I say, and I speak to people every day now who are going through this addiction and they're recovering from it. And I know the pain that they're in, and I just never ever want to lose sight of that. I never want to lose sight of why I'm doing all of this, why I want to actually help people. And a big thing, honestly, is just the fact that there was a guy not long ago and he needed support and help. And I don't know whether he's with us or not anymore, but he was addicted to porn. And yeah, he was in a bad place and he was messaging me. And I don't think I'm ever going to forget him either. So I guess I'm doing this whole thing, trying to get the 1,000 Google reviews, but the 1,000 Google reviews is just a measurable target to actually say, yeah, I've managed to help people and I've managed to change their lives. And it's nothing to do with me, because it's just the Beyond Compulsion method. It's this random woman who's like probably in her late 50s out in Portland. She come up with this method. She taught it for years, and she's a lot more experienced and a lot wiser than me. and it works. And now I just have to try get that method out there to other people through the right marketing, the right business skills and sales and all of that stuff. And yeah, hopefully this will work out. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to do it, but I'm going to try hard. I'll do my best, try to get this method out there to people. And along the way as well, even if people can learn something from these YouTube videos and the podcast, then that's amazing as well. So we'll see what happens. For anyone watching or listening to this, then I recommend setting yourself your own little goal. You know, make something that you're excited about, something that is measurable, that you can say definitively, yes, I've either done this or not. And let me know in the comments as well. I'd be excited to read any goals from other people as well. So yeah, let us know. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.